Okay guys, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how you perform the function 24 on the encoder and controller. What that is basically is if this encoder should ever get separated from the motor for whatever reason, whether that be for servicing the motor or an encoder failure, if you reinstall a new encoder you have to reprogram it to the motor. So yeah, for whatever reason you take this is detached and reinstalled, have to run function 24. Now to do that you'll need a parameter tool. Now this might not be the exact tool that you guys get as dealers, but the function is exactly the same. It's OSET branded now rather than just being a blue keypad, just for reference. But I will demonstrate what you need to do to carry out that function 24. Okay, so to use the parameter reader you need to remove the tank cover from the controller because the parameter reader plugs straight into that same connector. So I'll just do that now. Okay, before we go any further, one thing just to make sure that you haven't done, and that's install the chain. When we've performed the function 24, the motor is going to rotate in different directions. It's basically the encoder's reading the position of the motor. So to do that we need to make sure that the chain is not attached. It just saves any stress on the motor when the wheel changes different directions. So that's quite important, make sure the chain is detached from the motor. So now we'll turn the bike on as we would do normally, make sure the lanyard's on. Now when you turn it on you should get a couple of zeros that come up on the dash like this. So yeah, you now need to activate function 24. So to do that we'll push mode and you'll see from this default that it's already selected function 24 for us. Now to activate function 24 you'll need to push enter on the keypad and then you need to change this digit from a 0 to 1. So we'll just use the up arrow on the keypad to select 1, you'll then push enter and then you've now activated that function 24, so we'll come out of there. Now what you're going to do now is switch the bike on. So just to give you a bit of a heads up I guess, as soon as you push this on it's going to start, you'll hear the relay click and then the motor will start to rotate in different directions. It will then spin up pretty quick one direction and it will do the same again the opposite direction. Once it's done all that and you hear the second click on the relay, then the function's finished. So I'll just demonstrate that now. So you can see that the front sprocket is rotating forwards and backwards. So that's the encoder's just trying to work out the position of the motor. You'll see there again now the sprocket's just rotating slightly quicker going backwards. It will then continue on now through a series of different rotations to program that encoder. Okay, so that's the second relay click now, so that's now finished doing the programming sequence. So what we now need to do is make sure that we deactivate function 24 now. So we'll do the same process again. We'll push mode, you'll see that 024, function 24 is selected, we'll push enter. And then we now need to change that digit from a 1 down to 0, which basically deactivates function 24. You'll push enter, make sure you go back to this screen. That just acknowledges that you've turned off the function, and then push escape and you should get zeros. At this point now, what you can do is turn the bike on and then just activate the throttle just to make sure that it's spinning. What's also important is to make sure that the sprocket is rotating in the right direction. That just confirms that the configuration has been correct and there's not an issue with the new encoder. So as you can see that sprocket is rotating in the right direction. So that's it, that's function 24 complete. I'll now remove the keypad, reinstall all the plastics, and this motor is now reconfigured and good to go.